your family a very happy Thanksgiving from everyone at WGN, Chicago's WB.
There are some similarities between Bob's show and my show. We just go about it a different way. No, it's true. Now, we try on this show, I mean, we have shows in which we get very edgy and we want to try to get the most provocative things out of our guests. And you used to try to do that. I mean, you did that. You do that. Yeah, well, you do it differently. You're nicer than I am. You're not as... I just come out there and say, just tell me. You kind of do it in a more subtle way.
Yeah, I didn't know I could do it the way you're doing it and make all that money.
Oh, no, come on. Watch this.
It looks terrible in a blink.
I'd say it's my nylons. You see,
It looks terrible in your nylons.
well, no, see, we have this thing like, I think it's something to it, and it looks, I don't know, maybe tantalizing or something, and he wears nylons, you know, with no underwear or something. And I think it looks sexy, so.
Oh, you think it looks good?
I do, it just.
So you have him put on your nylons?
Yeah, he does it.
And he does it?
Oh, yeah, oh.
Okay, your wife said that you look terrible in a pair of her nylons.
Oh, pretty good. I don't know if I've been able to get that out of anybody.
Oh, no, you just bring them on with nylons off.
Absolutely.
Look, here's a whole group of them.
There's no closet nylon guys on our show. But by the way, over the years, did you have censors? I mean, we have a legal department here, of course. Do you have censors and things like that?
Yeah, I used to laugh. We couldn't say lingerie when we first started.
Oh, all the words you couldn't say.
Yeah, well, I always thought it was funny. We could say God. I mean, we could say sex, but we couldn't say God. Somebody say, "Oh God," and they'd cut it out, you know. But
Right.
sex, they'd leave in, you know. Things have changed.
Well, it's like that. You can say damn on this show, but you can't say G-damn on this show.
Well, you know, there's a very famous story about took place on one of my shows that really never happened, but on NYPD Blue, they named that episode in the blank, Bob. And
is that right?
Yeah, and they were worried they're going to win an Emmy, because if they won an Emmy, they would have had to say from the episode.
Right, I know. Oh yeah, that would have been good. He has a great ability to get intimate things out of couples. Watch Bob here.
Yes, he would say,
I think
it's provocative, you know, like, well, kind of what they say, like, to be romantic, you know, because, I mean, we're just newlyweds and stuff. And
Sure, right. All right. He said you think it's provocative to take your clothes off in the camper.
Oh, I do not!
You don't?
We went camping one time, and they opened the door, and I was trying to get my clothes on, and it was embarrassing.
Oh.
I didn't open the door. Anybody.
What?
He said he wasn't going to embarrass me.
He embarrassed me, too.
I would be embarrassed, too.
I was.
He embarrassed me. He didn't embarrass you.
Oh, he didn't?
You
he might have.
He embarrassed me.
Oh.
And you got, watch how Bob gets couples to admit that they're doing some pretty provocative things. Here we go.
I want to know that you dance nude in the bed.
How are they going to know?
Because they're going to see this on TV, and you dance nude in the bed, you dance nude, you dance nude.
Well, you did it when he was 3 years old.
Bob, did she tell you she likes to wear my drawers? I don't even wear a sexy little dress. Every time I come home, I know you do, but every time I come home, you got the covers over your head. I don't get to see no lingerie. Shoot. That's why it's in the drawer at home.
You never see any more, you can be certain of that.
Yeah. You know what she told us? She's got a whip.
And she got handcuffs, too.
Is that right?
See, it's all the same stuff. We'll be right back after this.
I don't know what Achilles' heel is. I don't even know how to say it, much less know what it is.
Say what?
Achilles.
The last thing he commemorated.
We don't want to have any kids, so once a month we commemorate. Promotional considerations provided by...
Do you have a family member who weighs over 600 pounds and you're afraid they may die if you don't get them help soon? If so, call the Maury Show at 1-888-45-MAURY. That's 1-888-45-MAURY. Moments from the Newlywed Game. I mean, first of all, I have to ask you, did it start out when people were embarrassed or something? Did they start hitting each other immediately? I mean, you always see them hit the cards and they're pushing each other.
But you never, it's always the women.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you never take a look. You never see a man.
I never thought of that.
Always it's the women go whack, bam, you know? I mean, if a guy would do it, we'd go, stop that.
You know that Connie and I went on Rosie's show about 3 months ago? And she had a knockoff of your show. I mean, the Newlywed Game. You know? So that, yeah, right. Rosie did it. So we did that, and so we got the answer wrong, and I took the claims.
You hit Connie?
I did.
You hit Connie?
Yeah, I did. I did.
I'm leaving.
So it's just not women.
No.
Okay.
Have you ever worn Connie's underwear?
What? Now. I'd have done it, but I couldn't get into it. No, stop that.
Take a look. This guy did.
What?
What will your husband say is the last specific thing he did when he felt like being a girl for a while?
I knew you were coming to me.
Yeah. You're the last one here.
I had to tell the whole world this, right?
No, you can just whisper it to those who are just watching right here.
You put on my underwear. There isn't much difference.
Why?
He needed to wear them.
You mean he wore them to work?
Well, there isn't that much difference in men's underwear and ladies' underwear, right? So he needed a
Oh, yes, there is, Vanessa. If you're in a hurry, there's a heck of a difference.
And this, Eubanks is a devil. I mean, he's got this little devilish quality about him. You like to confuse contestants. You like to.
Yeah. We've had some wonderful. Sometimes they don't understand what you're asking. I remember I asked one time, "What's your husband's favorite condiment?" And one lady said saxophone. The other lady said karate school. And then I said, "What's your favorite thing to put on your Pavarotti?" And two of them said spaghetti sauce. So, and then one time I said, "When's the last time your husband masticated, meaning to chew?" You won't believe what we got out of that one.
Oh, I can imagine. Watch this.
How many digits have you got?
3.
Really? 3 digits? Your wife said that you only have 1 digit.
Oh, I didn't know what the... I didn't know what you said one. I didn't know...
Oh, yes, how many digits do I have?
Where do you think his digit is?
I don't know. I was thinking something nasty.
No.
So, so then you ask that, then you ask another question.
Yeah, we asked one about Achilles' heel, and
Achilles' heel?
Yeah, they had no idea in the world.
I don't know what Achilles' heel is. I don't even know how to say it, much less know what it is.
Say what?
Achilles.
Whose?
Achilles.
Say it slowly.
Go to the next person.
Oh, in fact, you kind of like, you wouldn't use these big phrases.
No, commemorate. What the heck? I mean, that's a pretty easy word.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Watch on commemorate. Commemorate. Say it.
Commemorated. Shannon?
Commemorated?
Yeah. The last thing he commemorated. Be specific, please.
His shoes, because the soles came off.
The shoes.
Listen, we don't want to have any kids.
Uh-huh.
So once a month we commemorate.
Now that works. That works. We'll be back right after this.
Your husband says his favorite thing to squeeze in the supermarket.
I said his meat.
Pardon me?
His meat.
Right.
He's a butcher.
Next question.
very easy, Bob. I mean, you know what happened to the old hairdo? It just went. I mean, with the times. But what happened to
mine?
Yeah, but what happened with the old suits?
Oh, I burned those suckers. Oh, man.
What do you see when you see those big wide lapels?
Gosh,
and the big collars and the shirts.
I mean, I was embarrassed then.
And the ties.
Yeah. They were made out of that polyester stuff. I mean, you couldn't go near a match.
Double knits. Remember double knits?
Oh, these are all double knits.
Okay. Here's another confused contestant that Bob had to deal with.
This lady's a hippie, I'll tell you.
What does he forget to do in the shower?
What's he forget to do in the shower?
Yes.
What can you forget to do in a shower? What can you forget to do in the shower? That's pretty tough.
Very please.
Wash his hair.
Wash his hair, all right.
Well, it's not wash my hair. I think it's just,
Take a towel. She said that you forget to wash your hair.
Guy looks like the governor of Minnesota, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks like the current governor of Minnesota. And you did ask provocative questions.
Well, this next one, the censor almost went crazy until he heard the explanation. I mean, I saw him leap out of his seat, but then when the lady finished the answer, you'll see what happened. Okay.
What will your husband say is his favorite thing to squeeze in the supermarket?
My bottom.
No.
I say his meat.
Pardon me?
His meat. He's a butcher.
Next one.
You catch that here? He's a butcher. We'll be back right after this.
Do you think there's anything he can do about it?
He went to a doctor.
Oh, he did. Did the doctor give him anything for his urban?
He gave me
Is
some.
there someone in your family who is so morbidly obese that they can't even leave the house? If so, call the Maury Show at 1-888-45-MAURY. That's 1-888-45-MAURY. This November...
That's my baby!
Okay.
Hey, there!
Look at Mark. Who fathered these babies? These teen moms say they know it. Their ex-boyfriends insist they didn't do it. Now, in just 1 hour, we're going to prove it. Because once we reveal the shocking results of our DNA paternity tests, there will be no denying it.
I want my baby!
Teen paternity on the next Maury. People say this to me all the time, you know, who was your favorite guest? Who was your favorite this? And I'm telling you, I take a blank because I can't. But you've been able to separate your all-time favorite contestant.
I sure can. My all-time. And I don't know where she is today. I don't want to know because this is almost 30 years ago when this happened. But I had more fun with this contestant than any contestant I've ever worked with on a show. And I asked her, I said, is your husband urban or rural? And she didn't know what they meant.
Okay, let's watch.
I don't know what they mean.
Well, you know it. I mean, you married him. What do you think?
Heck, he's urban.
He's urban.
Yeah.
How long has he been that way?
About 2 months.
2 months he's been there. Do you think there's anything he can do about it?
He went to a doctor.
Oh, he did. Did the doctor give him anything for his urban?
He gave me something.
Very funny. Now, Bob's been doing this for years now, and you put out a video. They've got a video of all the best clips.
Yeah, video, Wild and Outrageous is the best of the Newlywed Game, and it is just hilarious.
And I know that the game is still going, and we'll talk about that in a second. But what else are you doing? What's happening in your life?
Well, you know what else I've done? I've done so many wonderful things, Maury. You know, I used to say my face is on the camera, but my butt was on the line. And I produced the Beatles concerts for 3 years, and the Rolling Stones, and I managed Dolly Parton and Barbara Mandrell. So what I'm doing is I'm going around corporate America, and I'm giving motivational speeches, incorporating all of my wonderful showbiz stories. And so I'm having a great time doing
That's
that.
great.
They don't care how old you are, and they don't care about your ratings.
That's... Yeah, right. We, by the way, want to thank the Game Show Network for providing the clips for today's show. The Newlywed Game airs there every day, and also new versions of the show currently air in national syndication. Bob's still doing it, and doing it well.
How about
so
that?
Check your local listings. Thanks so much. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you, everybody. Until next time,
It's all